Hello and welcome to today's video. In recent news, Ukraine was caught buying Russian oil despite ongoing political tensions between the two countries. This has raised questions about the country's energy independence and its relationship with Russia. In this video, we will take a closer look at the situation and discuss the possible impact on Ukraine's economy and political stability. First, let's talk about how Ukraine was caught buying Russian oil. Ukraine's state-owned energy company Naftogaz reportedly bought 80,000 tons of Russian crude through a Belarusian intermediary in early April. The move sparked outrage among Ukrainian politicians and citizens, who have long called for the country to become less dependent on Russian energy supplies. One of the reasons for this protest is the historical context of Ukraine-Russia relations. The two countries have had a complicated history, marked by conflicts and disputes, especially over energy resources. Ukraine has been working for years to diversify its energy resources and reduce its dependence on Russian oil and gas, with the aim of achieving energy independence. However, despite these efforts, Ukraine is still heavily dependent on Russia for its energy needs, particularly oil. This is due to a lack of domestic oil production and limited alternative suppliers. As a result, Ukraine often finds itself in a vulnerable position, susceptible to price hikes or supply disruptions from Russia. What are the possible implications of Ukraine's recent purchase of Russian oil? First, this move could damage Ukraine's credibility as a reliable partner in Europe. The country has worked towards integration into the European Union and NATO, but the purchase of Russian oil goes against the values of these organizations, which prioritize energy diversification and reduce dependence on Russia. Furthermore, this step could also have economic consequences for Ukraine. The country could face economic sanctions or pressure from other European countries, which could lead to a reduction in investment and foreign trade. Furthermore, Ukraine may also face higher prices for future oil purchases from Russia, as Moscow could use this opportunity to assert its dominance over the Ukrainian energy market. To add more context to the situation, it is important to note that Ukraine has been in a state of conflict with Russia since 2014. Following Russia's annexation of Crimea, the conflict has led to the imposition of economic sanctions by both sides, with Ukraine trying to reduce its dependence on Russian energy supplies. Despite these efforts, Ukraine is struggling to achieve energy independence, particularly with regard to oil. This is partly because Ukrainian oil refineries are optimized for Russian crude and the alternative suppliers available are limited. As a result, Ukraine was forced to continue importing Russian oil despite political tensions between the two countries. Furthermore, the recent purchase of Russian oil was seen as a major setback to Ukraine's energy diversification efforts. This not only undermines Ukraine's political position, but also exposes the country's economic vulnerability. Ukraine's dependence on Russian energy supplies has historically exposed it to supply disruptions, especially in times of conflict. In addition, the purchase of Russian oil may also affect Ukraine's relations with other energy suppliers. Some of Ukraine's current oil suppliers, such as Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan, may view the move as a betrayal and be reluctant to continue trading with Ukraine. This could further reduce Ukraine's energy security. In summary, Ukraine's recent purchase of Russian oil has sparked controversy and raised questions about the country's energy independence and its relationship with Russia, as Ukraine strives to reduce its dependence on Russian energy supplies. This latest decision shows that the country still has a long way to go. The implications of this decision could be considerable, both economically and politically. As we move forward, it will be interesting to see how Ukraine and its partners in Europe react to this development. Thanks for watching today's video. Please subscribe.